Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe today before you leave, and make sure to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on, and thumbs up the video if you do like what you see. All right. Hi guys, welcome back. I hope today has been lovely for you. I hope your weekend, because this is Friday, honey. So I hope your Friday is going just fabulous. Mine is as well. Okay, all right. So let's get right into the video today. The Philly real estate agents arrested at Starbucks. So this story has been brewing in the news for the past few days. It has gone viral times two. Seriously, and it's just been a lot of just chaos with it and a lot of craziness. We're gonna get right into it. So Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson were the victims in this matter. They sat in a Philadelphia Starbucks in downtown Philly. The neighborhood was Rittenhouse Square. So that's the name of the neighborhood, Rittenhouse Square in downtown Philly. Downtown Philly, in that area, it's like a business area. Is what I have found out about it. So just a business area. So kind of conservative area, I guess you would say. So they were in a Starbucks. They met around April 12th, and they were there for a business meeting. Okay. So they were just sitting in there. They're waiting on the arrival of their friend and business associate. So Rashawn got up and he asked the manager, can he use the restroom? Manager basically said, no, you're not a paying customer, so you can't use the restroom. He kind of shrugged it off, went back to the table. So a few moments later, and also it's been said, it came out that a white customer had also asked the same manager, can I use the restroom? And they also were not a paying customer, and she said fine. And she let this person use the restroom. So a few moments later, someone came and approached them at the table, asked them, you guys need help? They said, no, we're fine. We just were waiting for a business meeting to start, just waiting on our friend. Okay, so they walked away. They go back to talking. All of a sudden, a few moments later, police walk into the restaurant. Now, they don't pay too much attention to the cops until they notice the cops coming towards them. And that's when they're like, oh, they can't be here for us. Oh, but they are. Because they walk right up to their table. Cops start questioning them as to why, they're there. And basically just tell them to get up, and they need to leave. So they start pulling out chairs around them. The cops are making a kind of a spectacle and kind of, because they're getting ready to basically handle you. They're getting ready to get you up out of there. So they try to explain to the cop as to why they're there. They're waiting on a friend. It's a business meeting, and they weren't doing anything wrong. And the cops are like not trying to hear what they're saying, so they still pulling that furniture out and basically try to pull them up and say, okay, we were going to arrest you, because they asked them to leave, and the guys are like, well, why? We didn't do anything wrong. We're just waiting on our friend. So the cops proceed to arrest them. So they got them in handcuffs. Everybody is filming this at this point, like, what are you doing? They haven't done anything wrong. That's when their friend approaches. He comes into the Starbucks he walks in on this crazy scene, whole ordeal. He's enraged. He says, well, what are you doing? What are you arresting them for? The cops like, oh, they were trespassing, and they need to leave. They were asked to leave. And their friend is like, what are you arresting them for? Because there are two black guys waiting on me. And you can see that in the video. I'm going to drop the video below if you haven't seen it already. But you can hear him say that, and it's hilarious. And a white woman is filming this video from her phone, and she's like, they didn't do anything. I saw the entire thing. And I just love how all the white people jumped in and defended these two black men. Because when have you ever heard of, like, white people really, jumping in and defending, coming to the aid of, black persons especially in this kind of scenario where it's kind of chaotic and the cops are involved and most of the time they're going to like turn a blind eye and turn away. I mean, you would think that this was what was going to happen. They were like, oh, you know, yeah, they were in here loitering, yeah, they were trespassing, they're thugs and whatever. But no, it was like a whole different sort of vibe. You know, they're like, no. We saw the whole thing. They were sitting there minding their business. The cops came up. The manager called the cops on them for no reason. You know, it just went crazy from there. But they actually stood up for them. And I love how, you know, this woman captured this whole scene and she showed, you know, just the brutal effects of racism in America in 2018, and she wasn't afraid to stand up, you know, for them. So, but she was, I think she has a there's another article where she, you know, basically told her side of the story from her point of view. So she wasn't afraid to speak out on the matter. So the CEO has since apologized to the man, CEO of Starbucks, and that manager is no longer working there. She's been fired, rightfully so. Don't feel bad at all about her not working there. Okay. Now, I don't think that she needs to be placed at any other Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or Caribou or wherever you get your coffee, or what's that other place? It's here, I think, Lava something. But anyway, I can't even think of what the name is. But she don't need to be at nobody's coffee shop until she can get some training, some guidance on how to, you know, handle situations like that if you have somebody in a restaurant. And I mean, you know, basically she needs to understand what the basic word trespassing and loitering really is, because that wasn't loitering and that's not trespassing, you know, because I mean they're doing stuff like I kept seeing different articles and different videos with people talking about the situation, and they're like they're doing what everybody else is doing. And I saw on The View as well, that's what they were talking about, and Sarah Haynes made this comment like they're just doing what everybody else is doing. I'm like, yes, everybody is. I've done that before. Like, I mean, I love Starbucks, by the way. I love Starbucks. I've been hooked on Starbucks since college. My auntie got me turned on to Starbucks. The caramel frappuccino is what got me, you know, hooked. I was like a crack fiend. You know, you get that one hit and your first high, you can't stop. You know, so it was like that. So after that, I kept going. I wanted more and more and more. So I'm really into Starbucks now. It's funny because I don't go to Starbucks as much now. I go to Dunkin' Donuts mostly, but every now and then I gotta have my Starbucks. I've never been treated badly in a Starbucks. I've had times where I've gone to Starbucks and asked to use the bathroom. The person was white that I was talking to, and they let me use the bathroom. I didn't buy anything. I just asked to use the bathroom, and they were totally fine with it. You know, there was other times I went to a Starbucks, I didn't buy anything. I think I asked for a cup of water. I think the water is free there. They put it in a nice little cup for you. You get a cute little green straw, and you don't even have to buy it. And I think I asked to use the washroom or something. Like, yeah, sure. You know, and I had actually, I don't even know if I went to the bathroom that time. I think I just had a free thing of water. I didn't even buy nothing. I just came there to meet somebody, and I had my free water because I wasn't trying to buy no coffee or anything. I just wanted like something to drink, and I just sat there at the table, and they were like, whatever, you know. So I didn't buy nothing. I had something, but it wasn't, you know, I mean, it was a free product. You know, nobody hassled me. You know, I've never had any bad experiences with Starbucks. I'm happy that I have not. I'm sad that these gentlemen had to experience the uglier side of Starbucks. I didn't know Starbucks had an ugly side. I mean, Starbucks has always been pretty cool. You know, nobody's ever thought of Starbucks as being this ominous place. You know, you know, with evil racism lurks. I'm like, what the hell, Starbucks? Really? Starbucks, you know, get it together. You know, and they've been got together. Okay. So what happens in the dark come out in the light. So this manager had darkness in her heart, and now it's been brought to the light that she has ugliness there, and they fired her. So I'm glad they got rid of her. You know, now I'm not saying I don't want her to work again. No, of course you know, she should work again, but she needs sensitivity training. So, you know, I don't know, maybe she was unaware of that she had this sort of bias, or I don't believe that. I think that she has always, you know, had a bias, you know, that was there in her heart, and it just kind of got brought out at the wrong time because she, you know, came out at work and now she's fired, you know, and she's kind of scarred these two men. You know, she gave them just a bad experience with the company and in life in general. You know, like she gave them two bad experiences, one with Starbucks and one with the cops. I'm like, oh my god. And then one of the young man, Mr. Robinson. I think he mentioned that anytime he interacts with a cop or has some sort of experience with him, he always had that thoughts come to his mind like how is this going to be, or what could possibly happen, or so there's an indication of fear there. I think that's like that, unfortunately, with black men and cops or black women and cops, because our relationship with them is not really good. It's not exactly on stable ground, and so then you have this whole thing happen. And so, yeah, we didn't really need this. So, but I think a lot of healing will come from this because immediately it's struck a chord with America, and it incited a national, basically a strike against Starbucks, and I am glad that it did. I'm glad that people rose up and said, "No, we're not going to take this. We're not going to take this. No longer will we let corporate companies get away from get away with subtle racism, or this is almost kind of blatant in a sense. We're not going to let them get away with that and be okay with this. No longer are we going to let white people who have an issue with people of color be so flagrant with it, and we're going to just bat our eyes to the left and keep on moving. Like, no, it's wrong. We're not going to do this. We're not going to turn over on the other side and pretend like we don't know what just happened. We're not going to turn a blind eye. Screw that. We're going to come out and actually make them pay for something, not for the sake of paying for something, but just so things will change. That's how real change happens. It takes prayer, but it also takes work. So this is the work. It takes action. But if you notice, the fact that when I said earlier, I was shocked that the white people actually intervened and helped. I'm happy they did, because what that shows you is healing began in that moment. It takes white and brown together in order for this thing really to work. So the fact that we united and we said, hey, look, no, this is wrong, and I'm going to stare this in the face and say, you're wrong. So these white people said, no. This white manager has discriminated against these two black men, and I'm a white person, and I'm going to say that this is wrong. I'm not going to be on their side because, oh, that's my sister. That's my white sister, so I got to back her up. I'm not going to back up her BS because she's full of crap, and I'm going to call her out on it. And it takes them doing that. It takes them when one of their people is wrong, they need to say that. When they see racism happening, they need to acknowledge that it's happening, and so they need to fight for their brown brothers and black brothers and yellow brothers or whatever it is. You need to fight for that, fight for us more, so that we are more united. That's what will unite the United States. Because the way we've been, do you think we've been united? The divided states of America. That's what we've been. So we need to unite more, and that's how you strengthen your backbone, your vertebrae more. Okay? I said United States, they need a good old chiropractic adjustment. And I think that's what's happening. We get our back cracked right about now. We getting it back together so we can heal. Okay, we have so many broken pieces and we're just having so much pain, and now we come back together. I think this incident is just an indication of what, the ugliness that came out and the brokenness, and now, the coming together and the healing is occurring. So, let's see. Check the notes. So one of the young men had a quote. Robinson quoted that we do want to make sure it doesn't happen again. What if it wasn't us sitting there? What if it was a kid that didn't know somebody that knew somebody? Do they make it to jail? Do they die? What happens? I love that quote because he just stated something really relevant. It makes you think like, yeah, what if it wasn't them? Like, they're real estate agents, but what if it was like just a plain, just an urban kid from the hood? Like, what if it was like a Trayvon Martin or somebody like that? Like, would they have made it out? Would he have made it out? I don't know, probably not, because this situation could easily get volatile when you involve like these cops who have biases, and you have these lackadaisical, police boards and just police commissioners who don't give a crap, and they're not doing anything. And then if the general public is like, about it, what do you think is going to happen to that kid? A whole lot of bad, basically, because nobody is there to defend and protect that kid like it should be. So, his quote, it just makes you think a whole lot, what if? Yeah, So on Thursday, they got an apology from Philadelphia Police Commissioner Richard Ross, who was a black man, who at first defended his officer's handle of the situation. So he really was adamant about, like, my officer did a good job, and he thought, no, he didn't. You know, so I'm glad he had a change of heart. I think with them basically boycotting the Starbucks, that's what made him think. And when he probably had a moment, he had a quiet moment to himself. He had an Oprah aha moment, and he thought, yeah, that was stupid. You know how they handled that. He had a thing, and he probably thought about, what if this is my son, and my son, didn't make it out, or what if my son did make it out, but still just had to go through that crap? Like, would it okay if my officers had did my son like that? I don't know what the man went through. I'm just saying, what could have happened when he was in his quiet time alone? Something fell over him, and he thought that was dumb. No, y'all were wrong for that one. No, no, no. I'm glad that he did change his mind. He apologized to those young men because they did not deserve to be treated that way. They held him in jail till midnight. Then they finally released him. I'm like, now that's nice. I guess when you think about maybe half the day was over with, so like that's not extremely, extremely long as they could have held him, but still I think it's too long. They shouldn't have held him in jail for no time. So it's dumb. But I'm glad that was handled. So Nelson and Robinson, let's see. One second. Maybe you write something and you like, what did I write? Let's see, Nelson and Robinson. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, they were released after 12 midnight. So yeah, I think it was just it was they shouldn't have been there anytime at all. But yeah, so I think all this happened, and it was a misfortune that they had to, experience such, cruelty and such, hatred. But I think that this is going to open up. It opened up so much dialogue. It opened up so much, just people pouring their feelings out, and I think that a lot of change. You see how fast, like it almost was like less than 24 hours or within 24 hours. You see how fast it took for people to boycott. People got serious about stuff. You see how, Starbucks jumped in, decided we're going to do training. We're going to do diversity training. They actually started taking stuff seriously. Now, of course, a lot of their effort was just to, protect the name of Starbucks, but at the same time, it's good. It's an effort nonetheless. So I'm just anxious to see what happens on the other side of this. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Please let me know what do you think about this whole thing. I would love to hear your views. Make sure you like and share this video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And you guys have a great rest of your Friday. All right. Bye.